What's up guys, Cut Protagonist here. Today I'll be doing a buddy fight deck profile on my Omni Die deck from Magic World. I even have the secret flag here because she looks freaking awesome. And yeah, Omni Die is a short form for second Omni Demon Lord Asmodai. So this is a deck revolving around my buddy Asmodai. He's the best buddy in the game, doesn't he? I mean, he's like the most lively, even is treated like a character, not just a unit. So yeah, I'll be doing a deck profile based on him because I find that he's one of the strongest size 3 in the game with 50k power. I mean, can you even find a unit like that? I don't mind the secret flag is, I'm not trying to show off or what, because, well, she really does look really awesome, doesn't she? I mean, if I'm trying to show off, I might as well just show off this Continental Stem card. Alright, don't be hating, guys. Alright, I'll be doing a deck profile right now because I find that you guys will be asking me for advice on how to build an Omni Die deck. And I'll give you one of the best solutions, which is to focus around your main buddy. The winning image of buddy fight is very simple. Find a card you want to work on and focus on that card. That's my idea. That's why I always build decks like Adu Diablos that focuses only one card. Because to be honest, our human brain can't really focus on too many things at one go. So focusing on your soulmate will always bring you victory. I mean, that's one advice from me. So if you lose, don't blame me, okay? I'm just saying, okay? Alright, so that's Omni Die. Let's explain the card. Alright, Omni Die. He's an Omni Lord, so you'll be able to use him in any deck. However, he is not really good unless you build specifically for him. A few worlds that I can recommend you playing him is Legend World and Magic World, because I'll go through his ability first before I explain the whole thing. He's an Omni Lord. Core cost pay 2 gauge, so he is a size 3 monster with 2 gauge cost, which is decent, I guess. His ability is, if this card were to leave the field, aka being destroyed, bounce back to hand, you may discard 2 cards from your hand and pay 1 gauge. If you do, prevent this card from leaving the field. So by discarding 2 cards from your hand and paying 1 gauge, you can nullify his destruction. Yep. He has 3 abilities: Penetrate, Counter Attack, and Lifelink 2. Lifelink 2 isn't really a great ability, but it is there because he is really powerful. Alright, his stats. He has an awesome, unbelievable stats of 50,000, 3, and 10,000 defense. It is great because it is guaranteed that your opponent will have to link attack. And this deck is like almost an auto win against Adu Diablos, because Adu Diablos is like, what, at most 9k attack power, and who are you gonna link attack with since you'll be soloing the field? So yeah, he's one monster that you can never single-handedly solo because he's just the great Omni Die. Alright, so let me go through on why these cards can be only used in certain worlds. Okay, first is Omni Lord ability allows you to use in multiple worlds, but however the only world you're recommended to use is Magic World and Legend World. Because Legend World you could use is effect buff, discarding 2 cards to gain pluses. Legend World is known for gaining pluses through discard, aka the discard, so you can tag 1 copy of him in, because this card actually play a lot of size 3s, just because it's almost like a size 3 base deck. Alright, so there's one very interesting thing about his ability of remaining on the field, because if he were to be link attack and he dies, you can actually discard 2, pay 1 gauge, and he survives, so his counter attack kicks in. He can destroy one of your opponent's monsters. So it's pretty good in a way because you can just put it in a way that you spend 1 card to protect him and to destroy 1 card. However, this deck runs a lot of tech, such as these units which assist you in your discard. So discarding is not really a problem, and Magic World is really good with hand maintenance. So it's very easy to maintain him on the field. Yeah, so opponent once per turn probably is going to kill him only once because of his 10k defense. So he is really easy to maintain on the field. Alright, and let's see what the Suzuha flag says. I show you a miracle. Pretty nice. I mean, it's quite difficult to see, but yeah, I'm trying to show you. Alright, that's our Omni Die. Alright, I'm going to go through deck profile now. First, we play 4 copies of Omni Die because he is the main card of the deck. I'll be showing you 1 Dragon World card that it is like a searcher for your Omni Lord monsters. So yeah, Omni Die explained previously, he is the main card. He is the only card you call in the deck, unfortunately. It's not unfortunately, obviously, because he's a very strong unit. Alright, that's our size trees. Alright, these Battle Wizard the Straight. These are wizard cards. This deck doesn't play like 70 doesn't focus on 72 pillars or wizards. It does play all the good stuff into the deck. Okay, what Battle the Straight does is, when this card is discarded from your hand, you may pay 1 life. If you do, put the top 2 cards of your deck into the gauge. So by discarding him, using Omni Lord's effect, you can like just get a free 2 gauge. So it's pretty good because you can use him as a Solomon first volume by charging gauge by discarding it. So he basically covers up your minus. Discarding him is awesome. Instead of you be plusing instead of minusing by discarding. So it's good. And he's a size 1 that you can use to whack if you don't have Omni Die. It's a 2 crit. Okay, next we play is Battle Wizard the Ace. The Ace. Oh my god, Dragonic Olet the Ace. Right, what the Ace does is, when this card is discarded from your hand with Omni Die's effect, or any effect, you may pay 1 life. You do draw a card. So by discarding her, you're not minusing at all. Okay, you minus 1 life, but that's cool. Okay, cycle her for a new card. So discarding her is good. You only want your main discard targets of the deck is only these 2. So you must make sure that you discard these 2 cards only, because these 2 cards are like the plus thing if you discard. So it's pretty okay. Alright, next we will play 1 copy of Countdown of the Distant Days. He is an Omni Lord from Buddy All-Stars. He's one of the best Omni Lords in the game because you can play him in basically any deck you want. He's basically a boomerang dragon Omni Lord. You can only play on copy, play in all decks to be honest, because he's just too good. At the end of this end of the battle of this card, return this card back to your hand. He has 2/1/2 stats, size 0, so you can play him, and even if you have a center weapon, you can just call it to the center and just whack, then go back to your hand, your weapon can attack. That's why he's good. And he has 2k attack power, so you can just snipe off those pesky units with 2k defense. So you're basically getting a free destroy every turn with his effect, because you fly back to your hand so that he won't get destroyed by opponent's card effects or attack next turn. So 1 copy as attack. Alright, now for the most interesting card in the deck. 4 copies of Emblem of Omni Lords. Alright. Although he is a Dragon World card, you may use this card with all flags as written in the first line. So you could use it in Magic World, Darkness, Dragon World, any deck. His cast cost is pay 2 gauge. It is a okay cost because this deck plays a lot of gauge acceleration, such as the Straight and many cards I will go through later. Cast cost pay 2 gauge, and you can use one of the following abilities. Search your deck for 1 monster with Omni Lord, so you can search for Omni Die, you can search for Countdown, any of those 2 cards. And search your deck for 1 Omni Lord and add it to your hand. So basically he's like 8 copies of Omni Die, so you'll be drawing him very often, especially with all the draw power you have in the deck. So it's good because he ensures that you open out with an Omni Die so that you can start the whole game rolling. Second ability is, or you could cast a second ability, counter. Rest a size 2 or less monster on your opponent's field. So your opponent's gonna link attack with their drums. Alright, I cast this, counter and rest before you even attack. So your drum won't be able to resend. It's good because this deck has a lot of SS gauge, and you might want to use SS gauge for defense. So this card is great because it serves as a defense card and a searcher card. Alright, next we play nice ones. The alternate art from the Trial deck. Pay 1 gauge, draw 2 cards. Simple draw power. Very nice. Next is Never Say Never. Oh no, Justin Bieber song. Lil. Alright, her ability is a spell. Put the top 2 cards of the deck into the gauge. Then, if you have no cards in your hand, draw 2 cards. She is great because in an event when you were to deplete your hand because of Omni Lord's skill by discarding too much, this top draw will actually save your life. And we use her mostly for her 2 gauge acceleration. That draw 2 cards is just a bonus if you really need it. So she's a better version of Solomon Volume 1 to me. However, I still play Volume 1 because we have a lot of gauge eating cards in the deck. And it's okay because at most you can just discard for Omni Die skill if you need. Next, 4 oops, 2 alternate art, 2 original art. I like the alternate art, it looks so cute. Pay 2 gauge, return either a monster, any size, so you could return a size 3 monster, that's great. Item or spell to your opponent's hand. So even a weapon, so your opponent were to attack with Dragon Knuckle or Sunfist Sunshine Impact. That shit is irritating because he has infinite attack. Return it to hand, your opponent just ends their turn. So it serves as a nullify by paying 2 gauge. It's okay. Next is for Ultimate Buddy. Since we're playing Omni Die as the buddy, giving him the extra soul guard helps him a lot because your opponent will take so much effort just to kill him, and all you do is just lose 1 soul. Yeah, so 1 soul. So for so much effort your opponent spent, you just lose 1 soul. Okay, great. Since we'll be using Omni Die as a buddy, great card. As long as you play any size 3 that you have the size 3 as a buddy, please play Ultimate Buddy because it is a good card. Another buddy is pay 1 gauge, put in soul. That unit gives us 5k power and soul guard. For 100 Demon Sorcery, pathetic. Damn it, my throat. Counter, during this turn, all monster and item on your opponent's field might get minus 2k power. It's good because if your opponent were to link attack onto Omni Die, cast this, most likely their link attack will fail. Omni Die survives because their attack fails. Counter attack kicks in and destroy one of their monsters. So this is an awesome card. Very simple defense. And next is 4. This is how I roll. I like how their names are in the Magic World deck because they're so funky and cool. You may only cast this card if you have a size 2 or greater monster on your field. Grade 2 or size monster on your field is being attacked. The Omni Die is mostly going to be attacked. So you attack my Omni Die. This is how I roll. Link attack. This is how I roll. Simple card. Simple and awesome. Okay, I'm going to put my spells on the side because it's clogging up. Next is one more set. Finally, this one tag. This is the one tag card I played in the deck. Counter, stand a monster with Asmodai in the with a card name. So Omni Die, attack. Alright, one more set. Restand, attack one more time. So it's great because it's like, I mean, I do this as a surprise element. So attack, cast, restand, attack is like free 3 damage. It's like Diabolic Heart for free. Oh my god, I'm actually just testing it out, but it works so far. So pretty good. Now for weapons, we play 4. Magic Arm, Burning Fist. Burning Fist is equip cost, pay 1 gauge. Pay 1 life, my mistake. He has a 3k 1 crit attack. What I want to use this weapon for is, since you'll be only having Omni Die on the field and having a weapon, most of the time I go use Omni Die to go for my opponent's life. And use the weapon to snipe off those pesky monsters my opponent plays. So I use weapon snipe. Mostly I use this tool to attack like pesky monsters die, then pesky monster die, Omni Die center. They just keep repeating and repeating. And it's a cheap cost, 1 life only. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoy my deck profile on my Omni Die deck. If you like more Buddy Fight deck profiles and Vanguard deck profiles and all the Bushiroad deck card game shenanigans and booster box opening, be sure to add me on Facebook and subscribe to my channel. Peace out and I love you guys. Rawr.